So, Libras, let me start out by saying, well, first of all, welcome. This is your messages for June 2024, the sign of Libra. I'm looking at messages you got for May and kind of comparing them and getting context so that I understand where you're at currently. The overall energy for the reading underneath the deck is the Ace of Cups. This could be a new love offer. This could also just be your heart opening up in a new way. It feels like there's an emphasis on self-care. Also, the beauty way. Have you ever read about the beauty way? You can look into that. Yeah. So let's start out with, I'm going to look something up quickly. That's what we're going to do. Ooh, I forgot that. Okay, so this is the Devil. Karmic imprints. It's the Devil card. And open heart. That's the Lovers. Really interesting. Should we go into this right now? I'll forget otherwise, so I'll do it quickly. These cards are very much connected. In the traditional tarot, they basically look similar because there's a Cupid that's shooting an arrow in the Lover's card, but then there's like a devil in the Devil card, and there's a couple in both of them, but in the Devil card they're chained to each other, they're chained to the devil. It's like it's still like a meaningful connection, but it's karmic, it's bondage, it's toxic. There's something unhealthy that you need to learn from. With the Lovers, it's a healing connection. It's connecting more with your soul and with your divinity. So your relationships are triggering you, like the devil and the angel on each shoulder, right? There's a part of your psyche that is being drawn to healing, and there's a part of your psyche that's being drawn to toxicity or destructive connections. And they may even be the same thing. Like you may be connecting with people that are bringing both aspects, and a lot of times it is that way. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you shouldn't, but we'll figure that out as we go through it. The first thing I want to look at, I'll go to these cards later, actually. I'm just going to put them away. The first thing we're looking at is what you should keep from the month of May going into June. But I'm actually going to take a peek at May and see what the message was for May from April. You had Temperance and Eight of Cups. So that's a lot about healing and releasing things from the past, walking away from things from the past. So this is about something coming back from your past that's actually worth looking at. It could be a relationship, it could be a person, it could be an experience, an opportunity that's reconnecting with you now. And it could even just be you, like returning, like having a rebirth. And this is a spiritual moment that you're going through. A form of enlightenment, I guess you could say, definitely because you have these really intense cards with relationships. It feels like love is important for you this month. Okay. Then when we look at what you should be releasing from May, you have the Hanged Man. For May, you had Six of Wands. And I remember this because I remember saying with the Six of Wands, I needed to give kind of a creative interpretation of it. You have it here again. It was about a false win or a hollow victory, kind of feeling like a lot of it had to do with anger and resentment and bitterness from the past. So maybe you were winning something, but it didn't feel good. And that's what you were being encouraged to let go of, to release in your life. And here it's not really a similar message, but I think you're being encouraged to not be passive. You're being encouraged to take a more active role in your life to not just try to see things from the side and then make up your mind. And I think that's such a interesting way of looking at Libra. Libra's like modus operandi. The way you think about Libra is that they're always consulting with everyone to figure out what the right thing to do is. Or they'll look at a lot of different options before they make up their minds. And so with the Hanged Man, it's almost like you may have spent a lot of time hanging loose, trying to figure out, trying to see things from a different perspective, trying to get some kind of enlightenment. And it's coming to you, but maybe not in the way that you've previously engaged. You're now being encouraged to have this enlightenment experience, but to stop waiting around for things to happen, to take a more active role. Yeah, because you maybe already spent enough time here, and now you're already seeing things as you need to. So, what's the main theme for June? You got the Four of Cups, which is about not seeing an opportunity. You're missing an opportunity. And then I just thought, well, let me pull another card to figure out what this is. You have the Sun. So this could be an opportunity for celebration, for joy, for getting together, for having fun. Maybe pursuing something that could give you notoriety or recognition, and just really needing to go for it, but kind of not seeing the opportunities as they're being presented to you. I think a lot of it's about being enthusiastic, because when you're enthusiastic, opportunities that are coming to you are going to be a lot more, I guess, lucrative is what I want to say. Like, your enthusiasm is going to meet another person's enthusiasm. If you kind of seem like you don't care, or you're apathetic, or you don't really believe anything's going to change, someone might see you there and want, to present you with an offer, and they may even present you with the offer, but if you're just kind of not meeting it with full enthusiasm, or you're not even aware of it, you might miss it altogether. So that's a theme. Yeah. I don't know what else to make of that. The theme for your month in May was Ace of Swords, High Priestess. You were getting knowledge. And I see that coming up here in your something to be aware of. You're getting understanding. You're getting information. You may be interrogating. You may be asking a lot of questions. And that's coming from a place of control. So I think what you're being asked to be aware of here is a tendency to try to control a situation by getting as much information as you can about it. And in a way, getting all of this information dismisses the opportunity that's being presented to you. It's almost like someone just wants to give you love, or someone wants to give you fame, or someone wants to give you a lot of money. And you're investigating. What is this about? It's almost like you're suspicious. This is too good to be true kind of feeling. Or, I don't know if I'm ready to trust. And you not being able to trust, or not being ready to trust, is creating scenarios in your life. It could be like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah, so I would just be careful with that. Let's move on. Focus on this. Go deeper. Don't go questioning things. Don't go surface level. Go deep. Deep isn't really questions. Deep is sitting with it. Sitting with the question, not really verbalizing it. And then the question changes, it morphs. Your understanding of the world can morph, can change, can deepen when you're not attacking it on the surface. Something looks a certain way, and then you begin to ask questions. Well, why does it look this way? And why is it acting this way? And you're not actually sitting with the presence of this thing to appreciate it on a deep level, to benefit from it. This is all about your benefit, by the way. So it's not really like asking you to do something out of your comfort, because for some reason I'm picking up on that like comfort's really important to you this month or in general, and you're not wanting to go out of your comfort zone. There's a bit of a defensiveness there, like why should I put in the work, or why should I get to know this person? Why should I stretch beyond my comfort? So it's not really stretching beyond your comfort, it's just kind of laying back, being present, letting things be revealed with time and deepen with time, but not by attacking the thing, but rather by letting it open up to you and reveal itself. And this almost sounds, I mean, it could be anything. I don't want to say what it sounds like, but if it's a relationship, if it's love, it's like let the person unfurl and open up to you naturally. Give them time, give them space, let nature take its course. You got the Queen of Coins here. You got a lot of court cards, actually. Interesting. The first thing that I noticed about your reading was the amount of blue. I was like, wow, there's a lot of blue here. And blue would be not necessarily water. I was going to say water, but it could also be air. There is a feeling with blue of distance, kind of a coldness. And maybe you're over-rationalizing this month, trying to control, trying to reason, trying to rationalize, not really connecting emotionally. We'll see about that. So what are you being called to do more of? Exactly what I just said. Be rational. Take a step back. Sit back, relax. Listen to what's being presented. Don't attack it with a lot of questions. Sit back and relax. It's almost like you're interviewing for a position, but you're behaving like the interviewer. That's what you're being encouraged to do. Sit back and get information. Do I really want to work for your company? But not by asking questions that are intrusive, invasive, and uncomfortable, but creating a comfortable environment where the other person wants to engage with you and they naturally open up and reveal what it is that you wanted to know in the first place. And that's a very different approach because it actually allows the opportunity to be a welcoming one rather than something where the other person then starts to feel defensive and like, why? Yeah, interesting. 6. For last month, you had King of Wands and 9 of Cups and what you should do more of. And that's very much about passion and going after what you want. So this is a cooler approach. For what you should do less of, it's a similar message to May. You got the 6 of Wands, and you had the 6 of Wands in what you need to release from the month before in May. And so I'm just going to repeat the same message here, but maybe I'll say it a bit differently. I would say beware of any kind of arrogance. Beware of like flaunting too much. Flaunting like, oh, look at this. But I might contradict myself later. Just notice that. And beware of hollow victories. Don't try to be right. Don't try to win at all costs. Like, make sure that what you're doing is has integrity. That you can put yourself in this completely 100%. If someone asked you, how was this made? Who put this together? Who was involved in this project? And you, with complete integrity, state who was involved. You've got all the copyrights. Like, it's the kind of situation where you don't want to just be rewarded for things. It's more important that you do the right thing in the month of June. Opportunities. Fast communication, fast developments. Exciting. Opportunities are things you need to grab and take on they're not necessarily going to show up unless you engage with them. But there's an opportunity for really exciting developments in communication. There's an opportunity for give and take. This could be friendship, career, commerce, I don't know, just give and take. Balance, which is really important for the scales of Libra. And then this could be a person in your life, Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or just an energy of opening to your heart space, letting people in, being more vulnerable. You weren't really encouraged to do that, by the way, but it's an opportunity. So it might be that you're connecting in a deeper way, and that's happening through the High Priestess, which was what you were being told to focus on. You're getting like these psychic downloads, and then you're able to connect in a deeper way with people, but it's just available to you, not necessary that you'll take it on, right? What did you have there last month? I mean, in May. You had the Fool, the Seven of Wands, and the Death card. Really intense energy. Very forward moving, but also just kind of an energy of things being cut out of your life, things transforming, things changing completely, and you being on board for that. That was the opportunity for last month for May. So this feels easier, it feels gentler, but I don't know if you'll take it on. You might be suspicious of it. You might be suspicious of how gentle and sweet and soft this energy is, because you're kind of in a, I mean, at least last month there was a lot about anger. So it feels like there's a bit of a competitive energy, a bit of a mistrustful energy, a bit defensive. You need to let those guards down. Again, with the Four of Cups, if good opportunities come your way and you don't notice them, you just might not take them on. If you ask too many questions in a way that's like attacking, that opportunity might clam up. What is something that feeds your soul potentially in the month of June? You got the Five of Wands. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is conflict. This is a card of, I mean, it says endeavor. It could be a new endeavor, but it is a card of conflict. This will be ruffling a lot of feathers. This would be creating tension in a room. You walk into a room, there's a lot of tension. This is giving your soul what it needs to feel alive. I guess you're in a competitive spirit. You're kind of coming in, strutting your stuff, feeling really good, and presenting what it is you want to present, and not worrying about competitors or how others are going to receive it. It feels innovative. We've got innovation here in the bottom, so it feels like you're doing something that's innovative, or you're very creative in your field, thinking outside the box, very passionate, focused, confident. Yeah, bold, fearless, definitely fearless with the Five of Wands. But I'm worried because the Six of Wands was something you needed to release. So I feel like you need to temper that fearlessness and don't come barking at people. Like, kind of keep it smooth, keep it mellow. There's a lot of intensity, especially in May, and I feel like try to trust these more gentle energies that are coming in June. You had the Lovers and the Ten of Coins as what feeds your soul within May, and that felt more like home and family and people you connect with, and now you're kind of out there in the grind, staking your claim for things, going after what you want, being really bold and fearless, and that's making you feel alive. What's giving you joy is the Queen of Coins, so that's a more mellow energy. Yeah, definitely. That's a calmer energy, that's connecting with nature, that's eating a good meal, home-cooked meal, even like dressing up and going out somewhere extravagant. I don't know, just feels like you're in a luscious, pampering energy. by the time we get to June. So I really like this. There's always a solution of the highest good. I think that's a good way of summarizing what I meant by tempering that kind of competitive edge. Remember, we're all human and we're all just kind of here together. I begin my day with love. Focus on healing, focus on the good of all. This was reversed, as sometimes we'll take the reversals with these ones. Find that place of deep peace within yourself, where all around you is a storm. Shelter in this calm, settled place and allow it to fill you, flow from you, radiating out as you hold the space for all. It might be really hard for you to hold space right now for others because you're struggling to find the peace and you're feeling like it's a storm. You're feeling like it's a war zone. Oh my God. It may be literal for some of you. Yeah, but basically just needing to keep that peace. The divine spark at the core of your very being wants to be seen, unmasked, unshrouded, allow it to shine, brilliant and strong. This is who you truly are. Growth, number 12. So connecting with others in a way where you are presenting yourself confidently. You're up on stage, you're presenting your work, you're presenting your ideas, you're wanting to be a leader in some way, some capacity. You're innovative. Yeah, there's opportunities for recognition here, but you have to notice them. You have to be less dismissive, less suspicious. And then we have those karmic ties and the soulful connections that your whole month is kind of summarized by. There's a real need for you to open your heart. I just got the message that this doesn't necessarily have to be relationships that are showing up this way. It could be within you, right? I was talking about the devil and the angel on the shoulder, and it could be very much like fear and conditioning versus love and healing. So when you open your heart and you soften your heart, messages come through differently. And then this kind of message of the divine spark at the core of your being wants to be seen, unmasked, unshrouded, allow it to shine, brilliant and strong. This is who you truly are. That's easier to take in. And then it's less about competition. It's less about fighting. It's less about fire. It's more about like, I'm just showing up as who I am. And I'm proud of myself and I'm cool. And if you're not into it, that's okay. It's less intense. That's all. So the Ace of Cups makes a lot of sense to me now because we're talking about this from a space of, yes, the beauty way, but also that self-love that's necessary for you to approach situations with the highest good of all in mind and with love kind of in your heart, right? Not getting sucked into ego, because that's what some of this starts to feel like when you're walking into a room and feeling like you need to compete in a really intense way. So that's where we're at. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have an amazing June. Leave a comment if you like. Thanks for watching.